Hello, and thank you for joining me. Today, I'll be presenting on how we can lead educational systems through innovation using Everett Rogers' diffusion of innovation theory, all while modeling the leadership of Christ. As educators, we often face resistance when introducing new ideas or technologies, but with a thoughtful approach grounded in both research and biblical principles, we can guide our communities through change with grace and purpose. Let's explore how we can work with each category of adopters: the innovators, the early adopters, the early majority, the late majority, and the laggards. Just as Christ met people where they were and led them forward. Rogers' theory identified 5 categories of adopters in his diffusion of innovation theory. First, we have the innovators. These are the risk takers, the first to try new ideas. They're often visionaries who thrive on novelty. Next, we have our early adopters, who are respected opinion leaders. They're quick to embrace change and influence others. Now, the early majority are more deliberate. They adopt innovations after seeing evidence of success. The late majority are skeptical and they need reassurance along with a little bit of peer pressure before they actually commit. And finally, we have the laggards, who are the most resistant to change, and they often hold tightly to tradition. With understanding these categories, it will help us to tailor our leadership strategies to meet each group's need. When leading change, innovators and early adopters are our allies. They can pilot new technologies, provide feedback, and model success. We should empower them as ambassadors of innovation, just as Jesus empowered his disciples. In Matthew chapter 4, verse 19, he said, "Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." Christ called them early, he trained them, and he sent them out to influence others. Luke chapter 10, verse 1. The early majority, like Thomas in John chapter 20, needed more evidence. Jesus didn't rebuke Thomas for his doubts. He met him with grace and proof. Similarly, we should provide the early majority with data, peer testimonials, and hands-on support that build their confidence in innovation. The late majority and laggards require a different approach. They often fear loss more than they value gain. To lead them, we should emphasize stability, offer consistent training, and connect innovation to their core values. Christ modeled this beautifully in John chapter 3. He met Nicodemus, a Pharisee, with patience and deep theological conversation. And in John 20, he gently addressed Thomas's doubts. These examples show how Christ didn't rush people. He walked with them. And as a leader, we should do the same, building trust, offering relational support, and showing how innovation aligns with our shared mission and values. Leading like Christ means leading with humility, patience, and vision. Mark chapter 10, verse 45 reminds us that the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve. In educational systems, this means putting people first, listening, guiding, and modeling change. When we lead with Christ-like character, we create a culture of trust and transformation. Innovation becomes less about technology and more about people. As Matthew chapter 5, verse 16 says, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." That's the kind of leadership that not only drives innovation, but also reflects the heart of Christ. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. If you have any additional questions, please contact me via email at scrawford13@liberty.edu. Be blessed.